Well, howdy there. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make homemade powdered sugar. And so what I do is I just basically get this coffee grinder and just do an amount that I think that I want to put into my hive. And protect my ears. I want to be able to hear until it's my time to become departicleized and have my atoms spread back into the universe. So now I do the little trickery thing here. I showed my big sister. She was going, "What?" Powder, powder. So once I'm shaking it, and when I shake it and it just looks like smoke, then I know I've reached that consistency. When I'm putting it on the bees, I want it to be like a mist. And what happens is that smoky, sugary, sticky mist gets on the little hairs all around their bodies, on the hairs, and their body moisture crystallizes it, and and then the other bees come walking by. I think I just burned this up. It didn't like that. $10. I think that was the first time I used it. Yeah, I smell something. Burn that puppy right up. Cheap things. Anyway, I think I have another one. Maybe not. Next time I'll get it. One that's not cheap. So yeah, nice powder. And then, I can't believe that thing burned up already. I had another one that, in fact, I still got it somewhere. Had it for years. I sit there and do this for like 15 minutes sometimes to get that consistency that I want. And I was like, you know what? That's old and beat up. Look, I'm going to get a new one. This is the first time I've used it. Well, I think I used it once to chop up some mint leaves, but how strong, how difficult can that be? Oh yeah, thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. Appreciate that. And so, I don't know if it just, oh yeah, smelly. Bummer, man. It's like, what? Sure enough, burn that motor right up. Wow. Okay, so now I'm gonna do it. So what I do here is I'll put it in a, I like to put it in a plastic container with a lid, in case I drop it. Because I got rocks around my hive and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so I'll take you out there. I'll do the sugar shake. I'm going to do a panel pull. I'm doing it in the evening. The sun's just gone down because I want all those girls in that hive, as many as possible. And so I'll see you out there. Okay, I'm going to do a panel pull. Light panel pull. And so sun's gone down. Bees, not many coming in. And I did this pull about 4 days ago. Oh my gosh, they're as busy as ever. And this time, because I'm going to pull this panel out in just a couple of days, I didn't put any oil on it. I just want to see the mite drop. Oh, I just got buzzed. Like, what are you doing in my way? Why did I get buzzed? I don't know. She was buzzing me. Like, you're in my way and I'm going to hurt you. Something wrong with this one this time. It's not going in as smooth as, there's those black bugs again. Everywhere. All over the place. All right, I hear you. And they're like, get out of my way. You're in my way. Okay, I hear you. So I'm not sure if they're gonna, I've never done this in the evening time. And so I'm not sure if these girls are gonna come at me or not. I've never done this in the evening. And I know that typically girls, these bees, they don't like people messing with their hives at nighttime. And I don't blame them. And so, I've never done this at night. And I might get stung. Anytime I've ever done a powder shake, it was always around noon. So this would be the first time. Whoa, girls. You got most of that sugar gone. Good for you. Oh, she's a newbie. Yeah, they're up here eating my mountain sugar. They got it about gone. So this panel, I got a white panel here. Keep my wood from rotting. Hey girl. Oh, got a lot of them there too, huh? So I had this all full of sugar, and they pretty much got it all. So I'm gonna do this powdered sugar real fast. What you got? Oh, she's fighting one of those little black bugs. There's a lot of those little black bugs. They're going after them. Literally fighting them. I wasn't able to get my powdered sugar to the consistency that I like because my grinder went bad. So it's not going to be as powdery, but it'll be enough. Now that I got most of the girls in here, it'll be enough. Yeah, it's powdery. That's what I want. So that mist is going to get on down there. You can see the mist there. Well, that mist, that fine mist, is what I want. I want that to be a fine and like smoking inside, just like this misty smoke, like a fog, and that gets on those little hairs of all the bees that are in there, and then their body temperature, their moisture, will turn that into a hard candy. Come here, Susan. Susan, look at that one. She's all white. I'm brushing her. She's going, hey, what's up? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So, yeah, she could get away from my hive. So, yeah, that one did not like me. Yeah, I better put a veil on. she came right at my face. Like, get away from my. I mean, what? How would we respond if somebody started taking our home apart, right? It's like, what? Let's go after him, Mary. Go get Susan and Louise. Let's go get him. Yeah, I'd be with them. Get him. Sting him. Let him have it. So I like to just keep brushing this for a while because it really gets that smokiness going on pretty good down there. This is just powdered sugar. This is sugar that I made. I don't know if you saw the first part of this, but I made this in a coffee grinder. And just regular old sugar in a coffee grinder. Shake that coffee grinder up and until it's all like smoky powder like this. So that smoke is going right on down in there, and that I can hear all the activity in there. And that is getting stuck on those little hairs of theirs, and it's going to turn into like a hard candy on their hairs, and they're just going to clean each other, and that little powder is going to get in underneath the legs of the Varroa mites, They're going to get in there and try to get that candy from the underneath the Varroa Mite, and in the process, there goes the mite. So I just put in another panel, so we got that going on. Okay, girls, I'm going to put you back together. Hopefully I won't kill you. Hopefully I won't kill you. Let's see what you look like there. Okay. All right. That looked good. I don't think I got. I think they all did okay. Yeah, that one. She said, went right to my face. I am going to get you. Maybe I brushed her with a brush. I don't know. Teed her off. Okay. So you can kind of see the process there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go get some more sugar. I'll probably do that tomorrow. So I'm gonna put some more sugar up here, and because they're eating it all up. So what I do is I put a thin layer of sugar and spray it with this pump. I got a pump mister. Pump it and sprays. I think it's about looks like a 2 liter, and then put another layer down until it looks really wet. And if I don't feel like I have enough layers down, I'll put a 3rd layer down. Spray it again, and voila. In a day or so, it's hard candy, and they eat it all up. And they're in there fighting those little black gnat hive beetles. They are beetles. I watched one land about a week and a half. And I was up really close to the front, and I saw it landed right in front of my nose, right on the panel down here. And I watched it land. It brought its wings in, and it drew this hard shell over its wings, which is, yeah, a beetle. You know, your ladybug beetle. It looked just like a ladybug when you've ever seen a ladybug land. It's flying and it lands. It tucks its wings in, and then that hard shell goes right over the wings, and that's what I witnessed. So these are not gnats. These are, I'm going to call them for now because I did research. I couldn't find anything about these things. I looked for pictures, nothing. These are little narrow beetles that are the size of a gnat, and they're after the sugar and the honey. And my bees are in there fighting them like crazy because they're coming in all day. They're coming in today. I expect to just kind of took a look today, and I seen them all around the hive, getting in there, and my hives are fighting them. I don't know if you saw that on top. She was at war with one of them. She had one of them in her mouth. And so, yeah, they don't like those things. Okay, so I'm going to go take a look at this panel. I'll see you inside. Ain't nothing but a riot. Riot. You could set my pants on fire. So I'm trying to learn that song. It just seems like such a nonsensical song. It's hard for me to learn that because it chased my mind. Who's gonna chase? Somebody's chasing his mind. It's a really popular song, though. Somebody likes it. Somebody likes that song. I had some wind come by here. I got really nervous, thinking that it was gonna blow my tall hive up. Or blow it over, knock it down. So I went and took some stakes, put them at an angle. Put some stakes at an angle on either side of the hive, so I can, if I see that there's forecast for some gusts of wind or something, I'll come out here, man, and I'll strap this baby down. My stakes are ready, ready to go. So put my sticks at the ends. I'll get my flapping going on. No flapping. No flapper. I like to do this for my bees. It keeps that water from coming down the side, and that wind hits the sides. of that wet hive. Makes the hive even colder. And so by doing this, my hive stays dry, and my hive's not going to be as cold when it's raining, because you get the water and then you get the wind chill factor on the water. The wood gets even colder. So this is how it is all year. 12 months out of the year, this is how I keep it. Right? Protection from the sun, so they got shade from the sun. Yeah, it fits all weathers. All weather. Okay, see you inside. Okay, here's my panel here. Just now pulled that. Now this panel's only been in there for like, what, 5 days? 5 days, maybe 5 days? Well, I got something else. 5 days. Something like that, yeah. So not very long. But because I saw like 5 mites a couple days ago, about 4 days ago, boy, this thing will blind me. I see dots for like an hour. It's like, dang. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a side angle view. Maybe I can see some reflection. Well, they've been dropping a lot of pollen off their legs. Yeah, that's the downside of that screen. I don't see any Varroa mites. See those black bugs. And once those black bugs get on this sticky board, they get that on their legs, and then they start grooming them, the rest of themselves, because it works its way to their wings, and they groom their wings, and then they get stuck. They ain't going nowhere. Yeah. I don't see any mites. There's got to be something. I see those little bugs, those little gnat hive beetles. I just don't. You'd think there'd be some just from them bringing them in from outside, from out in nature. There'd be some Varroa mites. It's been about, I think I see one. No, it's a speck of, I don't know, it looks like a speck of really dark comb. I have, so far, no Varroa mites. That's a little weird. You'd think there'd be some. I just remember when I would do this. They'd only be in for 2 days, maybe. I'd see hundreds of Varroa mites. Put it in their panel in. A couple days later, hundreds of Varroa mites. Because I had a cycle that had been going on, so it was a living. They'd hatch out, die of old age, and that's what I was seeing on my panel. A cycle, a Varroa mite life cycle, that were dying and thriving in my hive, and just died of old age. And I got up to where I was getting 200 of just natural death before I put my, right when I put my panel in. First time when I designed this setup, I was just seeing a natural death cycle of Varroa mites at first, not because of anything I did. And then I started powder sugaring and still saw the hundreds because the cycle was still there. But as I kept powder sugaring, using my process that I came up with, it just seemed to work for me, right? It made sense for me to do it with my hive. We all have our own sensibility of what works best for us, and we create that concept in our head based on our wisdom of what we've accumulated in our heads at that time, and then we go with it because that's all we got anyway as human beings, right? That's all we got. We only got what we know, And so I came up with this process, right? I don't have to use any chemicals. I may not have to do anything until, like, I'll check it. I'll pull my panel. This is the third time I've pulled it in the last 2 months and seen virtually nothing. From hundreds and hundreds after a few days to virtually nothing. And so I've got nothing again. So that means I don't have a cycle. If I had a cycle where they were getting in the cells and they were breeding and they were dying of old age and they were falling down onto my tacky board, and I would see that cycle. But because there isn't any Varroa mites at all, and there wasn't the last time. Well, I think there was the last time, but they didn't. They looked weird. They didn't look like the ones I've been seeing for 6 months. They look, and some of them are different from each other. The ones I used to see always looked like clones. They all looked identical. Not the ones I've been seeing lately. They look different. But the ones today, I don't see because there ain't nothing to see, I guess. I mean, this is a pretty big magnifying glass. So the further you get out on this particular one, the bigger everything gets. The closer you get with this one, the smaller things get. It's harder to see. This one is like, yeah, it's a different magnifying glass. So I can just go like that and go, whoa, what? There's something there. It's just different. And I got the one that's for close-up, getting right in and seeing the guts of the Varroa mites. I mean, this is a 3-tiered, right? It's got 3 combo magnifications that I can use if I feel I need to. And plus it has the light that has different brightnesses. So, yeah, I've got different methods to get in there and say, what is killing my girls? So there you go. I'm going to pull that panel out because I just did that sugar shake. I'm going to pull that panel out. And, well, maybe tomorrow. Because they made this mess in just a couple of, 4 days. They made this mess. Which means they're heavy into comb making. They're drawing it out. So another good method for if you want to know if your bees are drawing out comb, if you'd come up with this method that I have come up with, and this is a cloth. This panel it's a cloth. It's pretty strong stuff. I usually use it for roofing as well. And so what I'm going to end up doing is probably put some little narrow wood strips on either side and maybe one down the middle so that it doesn't bend, so it stays more flat when it'll be easier to put in. I just quickly came up with it and said, I got to get something in there. And I just kind of left it this design. But yeah, I'll tweak it. And so, again, no Varroa mite cycle. No Varroa mites at all that are detectable. So if you have Varroa mites in your hive and you have my setup, this or something similar, your setup, but you get the concept of what I'm talking about and you come up with your own setup that works for you that accomplishes the same task, which is to be able to monitor what's going on in your hive, because you can see, so say for example you put some empty frames in, right? Mine, I don't put nothing. I just build a box and I throw it in there. So I can tell, without having to take my hive apart and all that, I can tell if they're drawing that out. Because if I have those frames that I made, because I typically keep them one side. Okay, they got this all drawn, I'll just let them work their way over. That's me. Some people would recommend checkerboard and all that. Nah, just let them do their thing. That's what I do. And when I first checkerboard, I killed so many girls. I thought, I'm done with that checkerboarding stuff. And so you'll be able to see, like at first you'll go, yeah, they ain't drawing that new frames out at all. And then as you do your sugar shake and you pull and you'll say, oh, whoa, the last 2 times I checked this panel, there was nothing going on over here. And then all of a sudden you start seeing the strips of pieces and particles that are in a row. Then you know they're drawing out the frames that you put there. And that's how I knew they were drawing out mine, was that there's a bunch of pieces now, where before there was no pieces because there was nothing on those frames for them to have pieces on because there was no pieces. You get my point. Okay. Subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, leave a comment. I'm going to be tweaking my system. I just did all this quickly when my hive was dying last year. I just come up with the concept of what I'm going to do that I think will work without all the chemicals and buying this and buying that and spending money on this and do that. Right? The only thing I've ever spent any money on is just the sugar. That's it. Sugar. And that's all. Oh, and this. I spent money on this. $14.99 at Harbor Freight. All right. So, yeah. So I spent money on this. And I spent money on the sugar. Other than that, I don't think I spent any more money. And there you go. I would strongly encourage you to adopt this system, because you'll actually know pretty much what's always going on in your hive with a pool. You pull it out and you say, oh, they got some of that wax moth in there. Oh, what can I do to fend that off? Or, oh, they got beetles in there. What can I do to fend that off? They've got so-and-so in there. What, Or, oh, they're not drawing out the comb. Maybe I need to take those frames out and do something with them. Maybe put a panel in there, or maybe wax the panels or something. Get them started. See, you can do that. You can do that with a pool. You don't have to dismantle your hive. How would you feel if someone came to your house and started taking it apart? Well, I would say to you, yeah, go get the shotgun. Somebody's taking the cabinets apart. Right? Well, that's why this girl, she got right in my face tonight, because I don't blame her. I'd feel the same way she would, wouldn't you? Somebody start coming in and start taking apart your furniture or something. Going into your pantry and dismantling your shelves, or yeah, I don't know. I think I'd feel like the bees. Get them. All right. Have a wonderful life. Bye now.